What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am V, and today we're going to have a conversation about 3 signs that you have benevolent guides. I got my vanilla latte here with me today. I got to share this with you. This is so Canadian. Cafe. If you've ever been to Deep Cove, North Vancouver, British Columbia, if you haven't, I definitely recommend it. It's absolutely stunning. But I have a nice little vanilla latte here that I might take a few sips of. But how cute and Canadian that is. And I've got my little handy dandy notepad for channeled messages that came from my own self, not from AI, came from my ancient intelligence, not my artificial intelligence. But I want to offer just some notes here as well. That way I can stay on track. And so today we're going to talk about 3 signs that you have benevolent guides. Because the truth is, and this was a hard truth I did not want to hear at the time of my life that I needed to hear it the most, but it's that not all guides are true. Not all of them are working with true light. And not all of them have your best interest at heart. We'll have another video coming on that in a little bit. But there are benevolent guides, and that's really what I want to bring some insight here for you today on. So, 3 signs. Number 1, they will tell you what you need, not what you want. They will guide you to the parts of you that you need to heal, become, evolve, embody. Not stroking the part of you that wants that thing by next week, and if you don't have it, your life's going to fall apart. They guide you by the things that you need. In the same way, have you ever heard the saying that God doesn't give you strength, God gives you a reason to be strong? Benevolent guides will do the exact same thing. They will help you get to the reason as to why something is not aligning up or where something is meant to be going, instead of giving you all of the ego validating affirmations to help you get on your right track. So, number 1 is they tell you what you need. You might not always like what they say, but they will always guide you to things that are ultimately truth. And that's one sign that you have a benevolent guide. Number 2, they are always encouraging what's natural. There was a time where I used to channel 7 days a week. I used to be in the work for multiple hours a day. I had no balance around my spiritual work at all. And I never had any guides that were like, have you thought that maybe you should take a day off? Have you thought that maybe this is unnatural? I didn't have a mentor in my corner that said that, any spiritual wizard that was like, hey, maybe think about a life of balance. Like, I didn't have that. And my guides that I was connecting with at the time never told me that maybe I was extreme. What is natural is never going to be what's extreme. It's a way of balance, right? We do this work, but we also live extraordinary lives. And so that might have been an indication for me, and maybe an indication for you, that the guides that we're not working with are not always, or maybe potentially, as benevolent. Because we are human beings. And so if your guides are encouraging what's natural, then this to me is a really strong sign that you have benevolent guides. And what's natural is always going to be what's balanced, right? Human being between doing this work and also living an extraordinary life. And then the final piece here, the third sign that you have benevolent guides, is that they are non-invasive. People might not like me for this one, but it's important that I address it, so I'm just going to do it. They're non-invasive. Getting a message at 3 a.m. from your guide, showing up with like crusties in your eyeballs because you have this urgent message for the collective, is not actually how benevolent guides work. They might have a message that is important for you to know, and they will deliver it, but they will not deliver it with the, if you do not do this, then the world is going to fall apart. Yeah, like the world needs to know this, because if they don't, then we're not going to ascend to 5D. Like, that's not benevolence. And so if they're non-invasive, when you're in meditation, when the prep is right, when you're on a walk and your energy's gentle and you're available for it, the messages don't come in like it's now or never. It's like, here's something that I think is important. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind. Like, it's encouraging. It's a teammate. Not me, myself, and I, and screw your body, because that's how much of a channel you are. That's usually a sign that we're not necessarily working with something that is true. Because again, to my point earlier, it's unnatural and it's giving us what we want. We want to feel like, I'm so important. I got this message and we're going to 5D and here it is. We want to feel that feeling of belonging. We want to feel that feeling of importance, no matter how much work we've done on ourselves. This is biological. We want to feel like we belong. If we don't feel like we belong, then we don't have a tribe. If we don't have a tribe, we won't survive. Like, we feel that on a biological level. And if that's being stroked by non-invasive connections and downloads, that's a red flag. So a green flag is if they're non-invasive, if they come in at the right time, right space, if there's no urgency, pressure, or force around the message. So these are 3 signs that you have benevolent guides. How many do we check off? Ding, ding, ding. Are you in connection with your guides? Do you feel like they're benevolent after this message? Let me know. If this message resonated with you, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me with my coffee, and I'll see you guys again very soon.